I've talked about my transition, both mentally and physically, the roller coaster ride that is gender dysphoria. I've talked about my cringy, transgender sex life. I've exposed some of my secrets for anybody who cares to listen. But what in the world could possibly go through the head of somebody like myself? And is it really that different from anybody else? At the end of the day, after all the gender talk, and when my pleas for acceptance are said and done, who am I? For you, dear viewer, I owe my livelihood. I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. This is no pity party. This is a celebration of all the things that make us unique from one another. Is gender really all relative, or have I missed the mark? Welcome to my lonely life as a trans woman. Thank you for watching. When I was but a wee tadpole in elementary school, there was a girl in my class. She had the unfortunate for the time last name of Gay. I used to always wonder why all the kids thought it was so funny. I was oblivious. I did not know what that word meant. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there making starry eyes at my class crush, a boy named Steven. I mean, really, how many fifth graders are thinking about their sexuality? And if they are, then I know two parents who've got the work cut out for them. I don't remember giving gender much of a thought back then. That's not to say that children don't go through that, because they do. I can only speak from my own personal experience and the memories from back then, as vague as they may be. All I knew was that something wasn't right. I really wanted a boyfriend. As time went on, we all moved from grade to grade and grew up, and everybody started to get their little boyfriends and their little girlfriends. And there I was, confused, because I didn't want a little girlfriend. I wanted a boyfriend, and I couldn't understand why on earth that was. I began to get really, really, really jealous of all the other girls in school, because the boys wanted them, the boys didn't want me. This is probably the earliest I remember thinking, I wish I was a girl. I started wanting to wear girls' clothes and be like all the other girls in my class. I had friends, yes, and even the occasional girlfriend here and there as time went on. But that's not what I really wanted. I used to always think, this is it, Pat. You're going to be alone all your life. You have nothing but a lonely life to look forward to, because nobody that you want is going to want you back. Surely, once I finally become my true self, and I look the way that I think I should look, surely then I will be able to find happiness with somebody. Surely I won't be lonely anymore, right? I scoured the internet, dating site after dating site, straight dating sites, gay dating sites, trans dating sites, every kind of dating site you can think of. I tried it. Night after night, a different man. Yet still, I was lonely. A trans woman in the making is easy pickings for the men out there who, let's just say, are not looking for a relationship per se, but they're looking for something else. Yet still I persevered. I was determined not to let anything stop me or stand in my way. If I had to be alone, so be it. Just like that, the confusion that I felt as a child had faded away. I knew what I was now. I was identified. And I liked it. Eventually, it finally happened, and I found love. Thank goodness. And it was a man. My first serious boyfriend, oh, I followed him around like a lost puppy. I wanted to be by his side constantly, and I was happy. It was something that I had dreamed about forever. I was finally a girlfriend. It was tricky, but we got to see each other quite a bit, and I was thrilled. We didn't last, unfortunately, so what's one to do now? Find another one. And not long after, find another one I did. Just like that. And he was a sweetheart, too. He is a bit unusual, but as Lydia says in the movie Beetlejuice, I myself am strange and unusual. But unfortunately, we broke up, just like the last one. Well, that one didn't last either, but that's okay, because there's Mark, somebody I had met months prior, and we seem to have a chemistry together, so why not give it a shot? So far, it seems to be going well, and let's just hope it stays that way. A girl can dream, right? We are all unique in our own different ways, some of us more than others, but that's just the way it's supposed to be. Seeing eye to eye with somebody is not always going to happen. It's not always possible. There's just some people that don't think like you do. There's some people that are never going to think like you do. And that's what makes us all different. We all have differing opinions. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, in my opinion. I'm proud to be transgender, yet I never lose sight of what that really means. And it's not always easy. I question myself more times than I'd like to admit, but it's true, I really do. I question whether I'm right about this, wrong about that, and so on and so forth. Maybe there is no right or wrong. Maybe we just are what we are, and that's all that we are. And that's all that we can be. Whatever the future holds, I need to know that I'm going to be there for me. I need to know that I'll never be alone because I'll always have me. Regardless of whether it needed to be done or not, transitioning did not cure the loneliness completely. I don't know what I thought beforehand, but the fact is that it did not cure the loneliness completely, because the loneliness is always going to be there at some point or another. At the end of the day, one cannot count on anything except for oneself, I think. I do know one thing though, I finally found my true self, and I found the person that I'm supposed to be, and I really hope that that's good enough. And if it's not, well, then it's not. In many ways, I'm still that quiet kid sitting in class, staring at the person that they are in love with, something that they can never have, but will always want. Thank you all for listening, and until next time, goodbye.